Hey guys, welcome to my channel, JT Open Stuff. Today we're going to be opening up some G.I. Joe Classified series, and today we're going to be opening up the new Torpedo figure. This is a really cool looking figure. Torpedo was one of my favorite characters when I was a kid growing up in the 80s. Huge G.I. Joe fan. So we're going to break right into this today and see what we think about the figure. What do you guys think about this packaging? When I first heard that we were going to blister-free packaging, I was kind of upset. I like seeing the figures and like seeing what's inside the box, but to be honest with you, I really kind of like the packaging for this Torpedo. It's just a nice looking packaging. The colors are nice. The artwork is good. There is detail. You get to see everything you're going to get inside. You can see a little bit more on the back. Edward Torpedo Letalola. Hopefully I got that right. You'll let me know in the comments down below, I'm sure, if I didn't, but let's get right into this and see what we think of this Torpedo. If you like this video, I really appreciate you watching. Please make sure that you click the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be opening up everything from vintage toys to blind boxes and everything in between. And I really appreciate your support. All right, so I just tore the box a tiny bit, but here we go. You can see everything is out. Put that right back in the backpack there. And here we have it. We have Torpedo, and we have his footlocker full of goodies here. I can already tell you, I really think that this face of Torpedo, the look on his face is really cool. A serious look for a serious guy. What do you think about this? This is a pretty neat looking figure, I think. So we're gonna get right into it. And one more down here. Can you imagine being the person in a factory that just has to sit and twist these all day long? Or do you think this is an automated process? If this is somebody that actually sits and twists these all day, that would be a brutal job. All right, we're almost there. And here we go, out of the box. Put that over there, put this back with the box. And now we can see Torpedo out of his packaging. Let's move that over just a little bit. What do you guys think? Nice sculpt. Lots of articulation on these G.I. Joe Classified series figures. Lots of different bends and positions. There we go. We've got a knife pouch over on his right hip. All right, let's put him right here for right now. Let's see what we have here. Here we go. A little bag of goodies. Right back out of this. some very cool accessories with Torpedo. Torpedo, again, was one of my favorite guys when I was growing up. I just loved seeing the fins and things in the package. So looks like we have a backpack here, his respirator. Let's go ahead and see if we can fit that on. There we go. You can see how nicely that fits to his back. Here's that knife that I'm guessing goes in that sheath right there. Fits nicely in there, as you can see. And look at the size of these flippers. Wow. These have some size to them. As you can see, they come up almost to his thigh here. So let's go ahead and see if we can fit these on. What's interesting and a really cool feature, if you notice in the bottom of these flippers, you see there's a hole in the bottom of Torpedo's foot where you can peg him to help him stand in different poses. But if you look, you can also see on the bottom there's a hole through the flipper, so you can still display him using a peg technique to keep him from falling over when you want to have some really, really interesting poses. So that's a really cool feature that it's great that they think of these kind of things when they're making these figures. All right, here we go. We have his diving mask. Let's go ahead and fit that on him, see what it looks like. We'll get these guys plugged into the back here. What were some of your favorite G.I. Joe figures growing up? Mine, like I said, Torpedo was a favorite, but I think my very, very favorite figures were Snake Eyes, Zartan, very, very cool, and the Mail-Away Cobra Commander. I always liked the Mail-Away Cobra Commander. The proofs of purchase, send them in, get your Cobra Commander back in the mail. It's always one of my favorites. So there we go, we got his mask in. Really, really cool harpoon gun. Look at the size of this thing. This is a massive, massive gun. So we'll fit that right here. Wow, it's kind of hard to fit in there. Let's see. You guys ever have this kind of trouble with this? This is a little difficult to get this gun into his hand. The hands have a really nice sculpt to them, but they are a little difficult sometimes to get the weapons in the hands like you want them without manipulating them quite a bit. So let's see what we can do here. I think, oh no, thought we had it there for a second, but not so much. Oh, this is turning out to be a little bit of a difficult fit here for Torpedo. So there we go, we've got it in his finger there. I will say that one of the things that I'm noticing with this figure and some larger figures like this, look at the bend of this figure, of this gun. You know, when you are trying to manipulate a gun, in this case a torpedo gun, into a figure's hand, this much flex is a little bit difficult to understand. So as you can see on the package, it shows that the torpedo gun is in his left hand, but I can be perfectly honest with you and tell you that this is a very, very difficult gun to fit into his hand, with the placement of his fingers, his trigger finger. I am having an awfully difficult time getting his hand to go through that gun. So if I had a quick critique for that, that would probably be number one is, let's make the hands where we can actually get the gun into their hand. Have to actually bend the hand to get the gun in there, and then kind of bend the fingers back over it like this. But there we go. I guess it's in there now. I did not put the loop around his arm, but for right now I'm just happy that I actually got it onto his hand. So, and then on this side, got a nice little machine gun and a clip. Oops, and a clip here. So let's see if we can get this clip in. There we go. Kind of interesting that it comes in two pieces like that. But again, the flimsiness of some of these guns, like, I get it. Maybe it's cheaper, easier to produce, but something a little stiffer, I think, would be a great feature for these figures. Let's see. Again, as you can see, I'm like having a very difficult time getting that in there to begin with. But here we go. He's all geared up now. And again, it's a very, very cool looking figure. I don't want to sound super pessimistic about this figure, but outside of the guns, I mean, look at that. That is a super nice sculpted figure. Let's see if we can get just a little bit of a, let's go for the action pose that's on the pretty stiff knee joint there. That's nice. You're not getting a really loose figure right out of the gate. This is a fairly similar pose to the front of the box, only machine gun instead of knife in his right hand, but I kind of like the look of the machine gun. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of these in general? Do you like these classified series figures? I think they're really cool looking. I'm kind of nostalgic for the 3 3/4 inch figures, but these are super cool looking figures. A lot of them have a lot of detail you never would have gotten in those 3 3/4 inch figures. Oh, there we go. Again, kind of falling over there. But in general, I really think that it's cool, and trust me, any G.I. Joe is a good G.I. Joe. So if we're gonna bring back G.I. Joe and classified series is what we get, I'm excited about that. So again, here we go. That is Torpedo. Nice sculpt, nice looking figure. All in all, really like the figure, like what they've done with the figure. And I think that if they continue to do more figures like this, my next favorite, I think I'm gonna really enjoy when they come out with all the dreadnoughts. There you go, just a little bit of a side view. And let's get him up on the spinner and get my hands out of the way so you can get a nice view of all sides. What do you guys think? Is this a figure you're gonna wanna run out and buy? Something you're gonna pass on? Maybe one of your favorite figures growing up, or somebody you just really are not all that intrigued by. leave a comment down below. Again, thanks for watching JT Open Stuff. If you'd like to see me open more things like G.I. Joe Classified series, blind boxes, vintage toys, subscribe, like this video, keep watching, and I appreciate every minute that you've watched this video. Thanks. Bye.